Hey, this is Elliot Einhorn. Welcome to a special edition of the Talkhouse Podcast. This is the first in a series that we're calling Voice Memos, where, through audio journals, artists invite us into their most private spaces. Similar to our weekly podcast, there are no boundaries on what the artist can share here, or hard and fast direction. To kick off this series, we knew we wanted one of our favorite artists. He also happens to be one of Talkhouse's most prolific contributors, and, collectively, one of the Talkhouse staff's favorite people, Shamir Bailey, better known as Shamir. Shamir grew up in Las Vegas in a musical family. As you may have heard me declare in his 2016 Talkhouse podcast with Porch's Aaron Main, he's the perfect millennial post-genre poster child. Shamir shot to fame in 2015 with his indie hit debut record Ratchet, an LP of club-ready bangers featuring the omnipresent On the Regular. But here's the thing, at the same time, Shamir was the artist in residence at Brooklyn indie mecca Silent Barn. He was putting on solo concerts with just an acoustic guitar, singing original country songs. When people asked him about what they presumed to be his electronic dance music background, he'd tell them about his high school punk band instead. This inability to pin Shamir down to one musical genre became a challenge as he returned to the studio to record his sophomore effort. His label XL expected more of the upbeat, electronic sound that had propelled his debut. Shamir made that record for them, then shelved it, feeling that it didn't represent his authentic musical voice. He and XL parted ways soon after. Without a label and the inherent infrastructure and deadlines, Shamir followed his own muse. He fell in love with the DIY community in Philadelphia and relocated there. That DIY ethos defined his second LP, entitled Hope. Recorded at home in Philly on a 4-track over a single weekend, Hope dropped in mid-April completely devoid of the industry's pre-release hype cycle. It was self-released on SoundCloud and announced via Shamir's social media. Hope had a willfully lo-fi, shambolic sound, more beat happening than banging beats. It was beautiful and surprising. Critics and fans alike were confused. While many were delighted at this new artistic turn, the album received lukewarm reviews. I loved the sound, and at the time tweeted, "Shamir Bailey is a singular artist creating a diverse body of work that will continue to blow minds for many decades to come." 2 exclamation points. But there was a story behind this record that none of us knew at the time. In May, in the aftermath of Hope, Shamir recorded the voice memos and new song demos that you're about to hear. He starts things off with a demo of a song called 90s Kids.
We talk about the pride, we watch our future style. 90s kids, 90s kids, ain't that before we slave? The mom just thinks we rave. 90s kids, 90s kids, put a drink in the air for the college girls and boys. Paralyzing anxiety is just a chore. Well, our parents say we're dramatic, but they always ask for more than we do. Forget you, we out here struggling. We think we won't feel pain, they say we're gross and vain. 90s kids, 90s kids, afraid to love ourselves, since we might go to hell.
So I'm in Vegas, and this is my first or second day back in Vegas from being in the hospital in the psych ward facility. Pretty much after recording Hope, I had a really bad manic episode. And which led me to be put in the hospital. And it was really eye-opening for me because, I don't know, it was almost kind of like Hope as an album was kind of the beginning of, I guess, a new self-awareness that I just didn't know about myself, when I was in the hospital, found out that I was bipolar, or that I am bipolar. And it's crazy how something so creative and something that seemed very, I guess precocious, kind of just like wanting to make an album in a weekend, kind of was like the early signs of something a little bit more serious. But I'm glad that I've gotten the help that I need, and got the medication that I need, and just being a little bit more self-aware about my mental health and where it can go from here. So that's what I'm gonna do in Vegas while writing, I guess, a bunch of new songs, and see where this takes us. So, today I had a really good dinner with my aunt, and I got to talk with her just to see where my head is with everything. And we got to eat dinner on the 51st floor of the Palms, and it was really nice. But I kind of got to tell all of my close friends about the incident, and most of them have been very supportive and, very, open about things. And I'm very happy that, I didn't lose all my friends from this, but it still kind of hurts, there's most of my friends kind of thinking that I'm a freaking psychopath, I guess. But I've been putting a lot of that energy into the music. I wrote and recorded 5 songs since I've been in Vegas, and working on a release for the fall. And just got rid of my old management and just kind of starting anew. I got a butterfly tattoo, which represents, new beginnings and rebirth. And I think that's kind of what this whole ordeal has been for me. It's kind of, shown me, who my real friends are. And it's also, shown me that I can, kind of get through anything. I kind of feel pretty resilient at this point. Because it's just one of those things where I've always been very careful, and I've always, tried to make all the right decisions. And, something like this that, was completely inevitable, you kind of get to a point where you're like, oh, why me, But I think everyone at some point needs to experience some kind of struggle, because it makes you a stronger person. And I definitely feel like I'm becoming stronger throughout this whole ordeal. And I don't know. It's been very healing, been in the desert. The weather hasn't been too bad lately, but it rained tonight, and I don't know, I know it rains a lot on the East Coast, and I've been living on the East Coast for a while, but it's nothing like the desert rain. It just smells nicer, and it feels nicer, and it feels very cleansing. So I'm going to go out and and have a cigarette in the rain and hopefully, get to clear my mind a bit more.
Can someone tell me why I always seem to let these straight boys from my life? I guess I'm way too trusting to that I can't seem to fall asleep, but I know how I try to be, and all I do is do what's right. Even when I fall in love, I seem to come and all is love, but I can't seem to tell what's right. Can someone tell me how someone can be so full of themselves and not know why? If all I do is run to the next and that is all of me, but all I do is come and leave, but I don't wanna keep you almost right. And even when I try to do the what's best for me and you, I don't wanna lose my love. Don't wanna lose you say you love me so, even when you know it can be very dangerous, like a timer ready to blow. And I can always leave, you won't even have to see me, and I'll go on my way. I guess there's no need to stay, so I'll just float in time. Meet me at the finish line. Oh, meet me at the finish line. And I know that you're keen, the parts deep down in me, even when I'm hiding them, 'cause I'm scared they'll chastise me. But I'm done trying to conform and reach my final form. And I pray the Lord have mercy on whoever takes me on. So I'll just float in time. Meet me at the finish line. Oh, meet me at the finish line. You say you love me so, even when you know it can be very dangerous, like a timer ready to blow. So I finally got a therapist, and I'm super excited. I go tomorrow, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've never been to a therapist before, but I definitely have been thinking about going to one for a while, especially when
I was suspecting that I had bipolar disorder. So, yeah, I'm feeling good about this. So I just had my first therapy session, and it really, really, really helped a lot. I'm going 3 times a week now, and she mixes hypnosis with it too, so that helps a lot. And yeah, it felt very healing. And I keep using that word, but it is. It's just trying to get through the grief, get through the guilt, and do everything the right way and stay on the path of healing and the path to just righteousness, I guess. Yeah, more updates to come, I guess.
We talk with vocal fry, we watch our futures die. In debt before we slay, but mom just thinks we rave. So put a drink in the air for the college girls and boys. Paralyzing anxiety, it's just a chore.
What you're listening to is the studio version of 90s Kids, the first single from Shamir's new album, aptly titled Revelations. The LP drops on November 3rd on the great Father-Daughter Records. Before we finished work on this episode, I reached out to Shamir again. I wanted to make sure that he still felt comfortable sharing these experiences so openly. I'm so happy to report that Shamir is feeling a world better. While he knows that this is something he'll have to actively work on for a long time, he's excited for the future. Regarding Revelations, he told me, quote, "I'm very excited to put these songs out, but definitely nervous because it's all really personal. A lot of the songs deal with me coming to terms with my mental health and what's best for me. They also deal with the strain and loss it had on certain friendships and the strengthening of other ones." He then told me that he hopes that sharing so openly about his experiences helps others and works toward dismantling the stigma that's still so often associated with mental illness. And Shamir is taking further action on this front. He's donating proceeds of Revelations pre-sales to the Mental Health Association in Pennsylvania. If you enjoyed this first episode of our new Voice Memos series, hit us up at Talkhouse on Twitter and let us know who you'd like to hear on future episodes. Make sure to catch Shamiroscopes each month on Talkhouse.com and watch for an upcoming chat between him and Evan Stevens Hall of Pine Grove recorded at Pitchfork Festival this year. Today's episode was recorded by Shamir. It was produced by Mark Yoshizumi and myself, Elia Einhorn. Big thanks and big love to Shamir. Till next time.
Paralyzing anxiety is just a chore. Well, our parents say we're dramatic, but they always ask for more.